Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're clicked on this video is because you're looking for online business ideas with low investment. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about something that you might not be even aware that is high producing in revenue and net income with very low investment. So stick around and I'm going to give you keywords to use if you're looking to do what I'm about to show you. I'm going to give you a couple of free tips so you could do the very same thing, but you have to stick around to the end of the video. If you like what you see, smash the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. I'll see you on the inside. All right, guys, so I promise I'm going to give you an online business idea with low cost entry, low investment. So here we go. Most of you are not familiar with what is self-publishing. I publish nonfiction books with a low cost to entry and high profitability. So let's get right into it. I'm going to show you a 3 simple step system that you could implement today, tomorrow, and get into an online business with very low investment. So what is self-publishing? Basically, self-publishing is just finding a niche, right? A niche in nonfiction. Niche could be losing weight. It could, if you niche even further down, scope down, low weight could be, losing weight could be a specific diet. If you focus further down, it could be the keto diet, all right? So you find a niche where there's traffic, when you know where you know there is demand, and then you outsource the four things I'm showing you here. You have a book written in this nonfiction area of interest. You have the cover design, you have the audio production done for the book, and then you have the book translated into multiple languages. And then you upload this to multiple distribution channels. I'm talking about the top brands, the top companies in the world, not even only in the US. So in this particular video, I'm just going to focus on the very worst case scenario and on only one of these distribution channels. So I'm going to show you today a niche in the weight loss space, right? And I'm only going to show you that most of you might think that a diet book, a recipe book, it's not going to sell on audio. But the space is so big, the demand is so big that you could turn this very low investment into 4 times your money. And that's what I'm going to show you today. So if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you how much the book costs to produce. I'm going to show you a couple of these steps that you could do today, outsource everything, and start building a passive income stream. All right, let's get right into it. Okay, so we're here in my back office for Audible books. And on the left-hand side, you're going to see these books are very, very old. And these books are on the keto diet. You can see a series of keto cookbook 1, keto cookbook number 2, and at the very bottom I have a book on low carb instant pot. These books are very old, but my point for this video is to show you that in the very worst case scenario, that these strategies that I teach, that your return on investment is so great, even if you publish books in recipe books, they will still sell in Audible, an audiobook. Now, this is the worst case scenario. On the opposite side of the spectrum, I also strategize to publish books that do 20 times this, what I'm showing you. So this is the worst case scenario, but I want to show you the low cost of entry that you could really enter into this business, online business, in all different shapes and forms and still make a lot of money. So let me explain to you what I'm doing here. These keto diet cookbooks that I had written by ghostwriters, I have in print form and ebook form. What I'm showing you here is I've produced them into audio form. So these are just the audiobook sales. This is just a portion of the return on investment. So let me first show you how much it costs to have a book, a recipe book written like these books here. Let's go into that first. So I'm here in one of the providers that I use to have my books written. They're called eWriter Solutions. I'll probably have a link down below if you want to order books through them. if you go actually through me, you'll get better pricing. If you become one of my students, you'll get the pricing that I get. But this is just the general pricing for the general public. I'm not even showing you the prices that we get. And by the way, if you look at the description below, I have a link to a 3-day training program that shows you this in a little bit more detail. If you want to go through that, go ahead and click the link and take a look at a 3-day training where I send you 3 different videos going through this process in maybe more detail. This is a quick video, but it's still going to give you a lot of value. Okay, let's get into the cost of a book. Let's say you wanted to have a book written for 15,000 words. So if you look on here, the word count, recipe books I've only done in 15,000, where other types of books I do about 30,000 or so. But a 15,000 word book, it's $225. That's the cost that would cost you if you were to go on this website without going through me or as a student. It would cost you $225, give or take, right? You see it here. If you have a tier 2, which is a little bit better writing, but I don't think you need that for a recipe book, they're just recipes, it would be $345. I would stick with a tier 1 because it's just recipes for the most part. So let's go back with $225, right? $225 to have this book written for you. Now let me show you, let's go back to the Audible sales. We're back to the Audible sales, and each of these books, these are 2 different books here, 291 copies sold, 291 copies sold. At the very bottom, 267 copies sold. If we take a look at one of these books, I'm going to show you how much they sell for on audible.com. Now, audible.com, they get roughly between 24 and 26 million hits per month. So there's no advertisement, there's no other expenses that you need once you upload an audiobook to this platform. This is just passive income. Now the cost to have a 15,000 word book produced for audio costs about $60 to $80. That's your only cost to have someone read this book and convert it into an audio form that you can upload to this page that you're looking on here. So let's just say that it costs the $225 and it costs you another $60 or $80 to have it produced. We're talking a total cost of $300. And we're only going to look now at the audio sales. I'm not talking about the ebook or the print versions, just the audio sales. So if I show you one of these books, let me show you what it sells for on audible.com. Here's the book on audible.com, and the price is $19.95. So how much do we make out of $19.95 on the audio sales? Let's do that so you could see how much. If we take the number sold here, 291 times, I'm sorry, let's go back, 1995 as a seller, I make net to my pocket about 29%. So about 578. If I multiply that times 291 audio copies sold so far, I've made 1683. So you've invested for the entire book about $300. Give or take, you have the fees of the cover, have this cover design, but let's just say that roughly, just to give even numbers, you put in $300. And if we're just talking about the audio sales, you just spend about $60 to $80 to have this type of profit. So the point here is this, going back to the original point of this video, is an online business where the costs are low and the profits are high. And this is just a cookbook recipe. Let me show you when things go right, when you actually dial into stuff, into topics or niches that people really buy audiobooks in. So I'm going to give you, like I promised, I'm going to give you another, I just gave you a keyword here that you could have a book written in keto diet. I'm going to give you another one that's going to sell well in print and ebook, but also in audio. I didn't show you the sales for keto in print because that's not the topic of this book. I want to introduce you to this online business opportunity that anyone can get into, that you don't have to have that much experience, and the cost of entry is very low. So stick around. I'm going to show you other audio sales here with another keyword that you could use if you wanted to do this very same thing. Sit tight. Okay, so here is another example. Here's another keyword I'm going to give you. at the very top here, you're seeing that this is a Lean Sigma. This is a business book, and sales in this book so far, this is actually a year. So this book came out September 2019. It's October 2020. So 1 year and 1 month, 893 sales so far on this book, selling a lot better, obviously, than a recipe book. But I just want to show you how profitable this is. Times 5.78. $5,000. $5,000 so far in sales. Imagine having a book written every month, or a book written every week, or placing an order for 5 books every single month to be written, and just on Audible, getting these types of return. This didn't happen in 30 days. This didn't happen in 3 months. This is over the life of this audiobook, but this is just the audiobook sales. Keep that in mind. This is not even looking into the ebook and print. All right. So imagine $5,000 in 12 months. That's close to about $400 in change every single month this book produces for me. I know some of you probably have a car payment that's about $400 and something a month, and this one book does that for me on a monthly basis. Now, guys, if you want to learn more, I would urge you to click below and watch my 3-day training. It's a free training. All right. If you're convinced that this is something that you would want to do, I also have a course. You'll see the course link below. But this is the easiest type of business, online business, that you can get into. You don't need a website. You don't need to master marketing. You don't really need to master anything but learning where the demand is, which I teach in the course, outsourcing everything, and you could do this from home as you travel from everywhere. So I just wanted to bring this concept to you, low cost of entry. As you watch more of my videos, obviously I show you other things, where how the ebooks sell, how the print books sell. I'll give you a full scope of how this all business works. But for today's video, it was just on audio, on audible.com, just a segment of the revenue, of the income that we make from publishing, self-publishing nonfiction books. I hope you got value. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. If you have any questions, post them below. I'll try to get them to them as soon as possible. All right, guys, have a great day. Have a blessed day.